Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So today I'll be touching a supposedly controversial topic, okay, on longevity. But then, according to me, this is not controversial because if you learn Vedic astrology under a tradition or under a parampara, then the first thing that you are asked to calculate is your own longevity. Okay, so it is nothing controversial as many people make out to be that, oh my god, you should not see longevity or astrologers should not see longevity. There is nothing like that. Okay, of course, in my humble opinion, others may differ and I don't have any issues with them as well. Okay, so how to calculate longevity? Okay, you can look at your own chart and it is calculated in two ways, in two parts basically. Number one, you have to use the D1, which is of course known as the Rashi chart, and then you have to use the uh, D9, which is known as the Navamsha chart. Okay, so how can you calculate longevity? So in the Rashi chart, there are three houses that Parashara says in the BPHS that are connected with longevity. Okay, the first house, the eighth house, and the 10th house. So you look at these houses and you'll see, how the house lords are placed. Okay, so the first house is, is your overall health. Okay, that is your first house. Okay, uh, so if your first lord is well placed, okay, and just before I get into the calculation part, longevity in Jyotish is of three types. Okay, so longevity is known as Ayush. Okay, and longevity is actually of three types: Alpa Ayu, Madhya Ayu, and Uttam Ayu. Okay, Alpa Ayu means short longevity, Madhyam Ayu means medium longevity, and Uttam Ayu means full longevity. Okay, so each of these lords, the first lord, the eighth lord, and the and the 10th lord, it contributes 40 years each to the chart. Okay, to the native chart. So if you have a well placed first lord, it means 40 years are given in your life. Okay, now the eighth house, it stands for diseases and other factors. Okay, so if you have a well placed eighth lord, then it says that you'll be free from chronic diseases, and even if you have chronic diseases, you'll be able to overcome. Okay, so that is the second factor to consider. Okay, so the eighth lord again contributes to 40 years of life. So the Alpa Ayu is 40 years, Madhyam Ayu is 40 plus 40, which is 80 years, and Uttam Ayu or Vriddha Ayu is 120 years classically. Okay, so those things will differ as per Desh, Kaal, and Paristhiti, but then that is what it means. Okay, now the 10th house is your ability to complete work. Okay, most people confuse the 10th house with career. The 10th house is not really about the career, it's your ability to finish your work on time. Okay, so the 10th house is your ability to complete work. So the 10th house also shows how well you can complete work, and if your 10th lord is well placed, then it means that it has contributed, the 10th lord has contributed another 40 years to your longevity. Okay, but that is just the first phase. Okay, now whether you have been blessed with longevity, that is seen from the Rashi chart, whether you will maintain that longevity in your lifetime, that is seen from the Navamsha chart. Okay, so a person may have been blessed with Uttamayu, that means Vriddhayu. If the Navamsha chart is, if the promise if of Vriddhayu is there in the Rashi chart, or if the promise of Uttamayu is there in the Rashi chart, but if the Navamsha disagrees, then this promise will not fructify. It means the person can die earlier as promised, as compared to what is promised in the Rashi chart. So after having calculated the promise in the Rashi chart, now you will see its fulfillment in the Navamsha chart. Okay, so Navamsha chart, you have to see the relationship between the first house, the first Navamsha, okay, and the 64th Navamsha. Okay, what is the 64th Navamsha? Simply spoken, it is the fourth house from Navamsha Lagna. Okay, not fourth house from Chandra Lagna. People mistake it as the fourth house from Chandra Lagna. No, the 64th Navamsha is the fourth house from Navamsha Lagna. So you have to see the relationship of the Navamsha Lord, no, sorry, of the Chandramsha Lord and the Lord of the 64th Navamsha. Okay, again repeating, you have to see the relationship between the Chandramsha Lord and the Lord of the 64th Navamsha. Okay, so first find out where moon is placed in a Navamsha chart. That becomes your Chandramsha. Okay, that Chandramsha will have a lord. Now see who is the ruler of the 64th Navamsha. So if those two, if the lord of the Chandra Amsha is having a good relationship with the lord of the 64th Navamsha, then the promise that is there in the Rashi chart of Uttamayu is fulfilled. Okay, but what if the Rashi chart has Alpayu? But what if the Rashi chart shows Alpayu, but the lord of the Chandramsha has a very good relationship with the lord of the 64th Navamsha? In that case, it means that although the native will be born with very less longevity by some way, either by using tantra or by using medicines, the native will be able to prolong his or her longevity. Okay, for example, in my Navamsha, my Chandra Amsha is Sagittarius. That means moon in Navamsha, moon in my Navamsha chart is placed in Sagittarius Amsha. Okay, and the lord of my 64 Navamsha is Scorpio. Okay, so which is of course ruled by Mars. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and both of them are Atimitra, great friends. Okay, so it means whatever promise is there in my Rashi chart is shown to be fulfilled in the Navamsha chart. Okay, so that is how you calculate longevity. Okay, it's not only about looking at a Rashi chart, you also have to verify it in the Navamsha. This is something that most people don't tell you about. Okay, so calculate your own longevity, and let me know in the comment section. Okay, and if you found this helpful, kindly subscribe to this channel, like the content, share the content most importantly, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, but before I leave, here is a small tidbit of information. So I'll be starting my, you know, course on Navamsha. I've titled it as Masterclass on Navamsha. Okay, and it will be starting from the 22nd of January 2023. Okay, so of course it's going to be a paid course, but if you want to be a part of it, kindly send me a text on the WhatsApp number given in the description box. Okay. And if you want a consultation regarding your chart, or if you have any doubts regarding your chart, you are always free to reach out at my WhatsApp number or my phone number, which is the same. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you soon with another video. Om Gurave Namaha.